So it's been about 2 years since my last complete Funko Pop collection video, and let me tell you, it's gotten even worse. So I'm going to show off my complete Funko Pop collection as of July 2022. So let's get into it. Hello friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. And yeah, my collection of Funko Pops has grown, I don't know if substantially is the correct term to use, but you know, I'm still under 100, so I think that's pretty good. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this up into different subcategories. I'll have time codes for that down below if you want to see like a certain one. And if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you collect Funko Pops as well, so go ahead and comment down below what your favorite Funko Pop you own in your collection is. But anyway, let's go. So I'm going to begin with all the Funko Pops I have out of box, whether I didn't have a box when I bought it, or I took it out because it just seemed better displayed without it. So first off, I've got the Batman Funko Pop rides with Robert Pattinson in the driver's seat. Really cool. It's the only Pop Rides vehicle I have, and it just didn't look right to just keep it in the box. That way I can kind of, you know, mount it, or display it, I mean, over here on my little bookcase. You probably can't see it half the time, but still really cool. And since we are on the subject of Batman, I've also got this Batman 89 diorama towards the end of the movie where Batman punches the Joker off the church and like, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses now, would you? And then he does. But yeah, another one where it's like, you know, why keep it in the box when it's just, it takes up less space this way, and just a really cool way to display it too. Then I've got a couple of loose, just regular figures in here, including Suicide Squad Harley Quinn from the 2016 movie, obviously. And this one was actually the first Funko Pop I ever purchased. It was back in like August 2016. Suicide Squad was about to come out. I was super hyped for it, so I bought this. Looking back, I probably should have just kept it in the box, but I was a child. I didn't know better. I was like 18, but you know, still. Then I've also got this black and white Mickey Mouse, really cool. This one I got from a Goodwill. It came like a random bag of toys, and I was like, oh cool, Funko Pop, Mickey Mouse, $2. So there's that. And I also got the Batman the Animated Series pop of, you know, Batman himself. This one's really cool. Got this at a retro video game store, I believe. And, you know, I love the animated series. I love Batman, obviously. I was hoping to get one, like, in the box, but that one goes for a little bit of money. So I was like, yeah, you know, out of the box, still pretty cool. And, you know, it's slightly off frame, like in every video. But, you know, it's there. Don't worry. And this is probably one of my favorite Funko Pops I own. It's my 10-inch gold Indiana Jones. I freaking love this thing. He's holding the golden idol from the beginning of Raiders. And yeah, this is just a great display item. You probably could see it occasionally, but honestly, it's really cool. I hope when they finally release Indy 5 next year, and they inevitably do a line of Funko Pops for the movie, that they'll do Funko Pops for all 5 movies too. I think that'd be super cool, but for now, super cool gold Indiana Jones. And this is my only other 10-inch pop I have, and that is Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. Super cool. I don't have King Kong in 10-inch form. I have like the regular size pop. It's in here somewhere, but yeah, again, it's just like with these 10-inch ones, some of them I could kind of see leaving in the box, but this one, you know, it's all uniquely shaped and stuff, so just, it didn't seem right to leave it in there. But, you know, most of my regular size figures I leave in the box. It's a lot easier to organize and all that, but yeah, I mean, come on, giant Godzilla. What's not to like about that? So we're gonna get into the first major subcategory of my pop collection, and this is basically all movies and TV, even though some from other categories could fit into this as well. So this covers live action, animation, and just everything like that. So just kind of starting a little randomly. Got Alan Parrish from Jumanji, Robin Williams himself. This was one of the first Funko Pops I picked up when I really started to get into them back in late 2019. And I love this one to death. Jumanji is one of my favorite childhood movies ever. And, you know, I've got a little Robin Williams, so that's even better. Then we've got a somewhat recent addition. It's Mr. DNA from Jurassic Park as a Target exclusive, and I just like how this one's got a see-through head, and just a fun little, you know, side random character from the movie, you know, talking about dinosaurs. So, yeah, really cool. There'll be a couple other Jurassic-related ones loose in here somewhere. Well, I guess speaking of Jurassic Park, I've got the sexy Ian Malcolm pop with Jeff Goldblum posed all, you know, Jeff Goldblum-y. And, yeah, I feel like this is like a almost essential pop that anybody should have in their collection. Then we've got Harry Potter. I think this is actually one of the only, if not the only, Harry Potter pop I own. You know, I love Harry Potter and stuff, but I'm not one of those Funko Pop collectors where it's like I gotta have every character from every franchise I like. No, I try to be fairly selective, and you know, there's a couple from this series I would like to get, but I figured at the very least, gotta have at least one Harry Potter. Then we've got Mrs. Nesbit, you know, Buzz from Toy Story when he loses all sense of purpose and then gets drunk off imaginary tea. Just a really fun pop, you know, and oh, his extra arm's supposed to be like right there, but I guess it got loose at some point, gotta fix that. Alright, then we've got Blue from Blue's Clues. I freaking love this pop, and yeah, I hope they eventually do like pops of Steve, Joe, and maybe even Josh from the newer show, because I think that'd be really cool, but it's just really neat to have a Blue's Clues Funko Pop, and there's the backside right there. So yeah, these are in no particular order, if you couldn't tell already. Just kind of threw them onto my desk, and we're just going through them. So now we're taking a slight pivot into Star Wars territory. I've got The Mandalorian, Din Djarin, my apologies. Yeah, this is the one before he gets the really cool silver Beskar armor. I'd kind of like to get that one eventually, but yeah, another one of my very first ever pops I picked up. And yeah, I guess while we're on the subject of Star Wars, I of course have the child, aka Baby Yoda, aka Grogu. Yeah, this one was a little hard to find when it first came out, like in early to mid 2020. You know, because, you know, they didn't, you know, have any merchandise for Baby Yoda building up to the show because they didn't want to, you know, spoil that whole thing. And then once the Baby Yoda merch started to flood stores, it just started selling really, really well. But yeah, you know, eventually found one, and you know, now these are more common than white t-shirts. So then here we've got Inspector Gadget. Love me some Inspector Gadget. Kind of surprised they didn't do like a Dr. Claw or like a Gadget Mobile like pop rides with this one, but I guess doing Dr. Claw from the show be kind of hard because you never see him. He's like behind a chair, you just, you know, see his metallic arm and stuff. But yeah, really cool. Then we've got Sheriff Woody from Toy Story 4. You know, if I got Buzz, gotta have Woody too. This box is a little damaged, but that's just because that's how Amazon ships Funko Pops that aren't like Amazon exclusives. They just throw in a box and be like, good luck, bozo. Then we've got Mermaid Man from SpongeBob. Don't have Barnacle Boy, unfortunately, because that one's a little more expensive than this one. I don't really know why he can't even finish a whole Krabby Patty by himself. But yeah, it's Mermaid Man. Really, really cool. I like it a lot. I probably should have just made animation like its own separate subcategory, because we're just going through like all of them right now. But we've got this cool Bugs Bunny 80th anniversary pop. It's all glittery and stuff. And this one you can only get from the Bugs Bunny 80th anniversary Blu-ray set, which came out in like December 2020. And I also did a review and unboxing of that whole set, if you want to, you know, go check that out when this video is over, but there's a card anyway. Then we've got Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles, duh. Then just to kind of round up the SpongeBob, got SpongeBob from the third movie, actually, when he was at Camp Coral. Really neat. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about the third SpongeBob movie for now. Then we've got Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, actually from the 90s live-action movies. This is the only turtle I have because Donatello is my favorite Ninja Turtle, and I'm getting sick of all this constant disrespect of him. Then, of course, got Optimus Prime from the classic 80s Transformers cartoon. Really, really cool. Love me some Transformers and some Optimus Prime. I think I've got one more Transformers pop in here somewhere, but I honestly do not remember. Alright, moving away from animation a little bit, going into some more live action stuff. Got Rocky Balboa. I love the Rocky movies to death. I don't have Apollo Creed yet, but I'd like to at some point. And I hope they eventually do like some Creed pops, because getting an Adonis Creed pop would be super cool. But yeah, I mean, Rocky, gotta love it, gotta have it. And I do. Then this one's both animation and live action. Got this cool Space Jam: A New Legacy 2-pack with LeBron James and Bugs Bunny as Batman and Robin respectfully. Yeah, didn't really talk about Space Jam 2 New Legacy when it came out, but you know, thought it was fun, stupid, and full of IP references and stuff, but you know, it was fine. It was a movie. Now we get to one of my favorite Funko Pops out of all of them. It's Captain Underpants from the Captain Underpants movie. And let me tell you, I had the worst time trying to find this. You know, it's like I could go on like eBay and spend like a bunch of money on it, but I was like, no, I want to go find it out in the wild, and finally I did. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't too bad, but yeah, one of my favorites, and I've done like reviews of the entire Netflix Captain Underpants show and the movie as well, so you know, chances are there's a few of you from those days of the channel, so you know, glad you're still here. Now, pivoting into some Keanu Reeves stuff, we've got John Wick. It's also got his little dog in there too. Really cool. Again, love John Wick, love Keanu Reeves, and yeah, this was not necessarily one of the first pops I ever bought, but it's one I got after the collection was starting to gather steam a little bit. And yeah, not the only Keanu pop you're gonna see in here, but a really cool one nonetheless. Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously. I mean, who doesn't love Captain Jack Sparrow? And this is just a really cool and really nicely detailed pop. And yeah, why is the rum gone? Nobody knows. And to go along with it, I've also got Red, another Pirates of the Caribbean pop. This is technically from the ride, not the movie, but Red was in the first movie for like one scene, so I guess it kind of counts. And we've got Marty McFly from Back to the Future, my all-time favorite movie. This is the cool 2020 convention exclusive where he's looking at his watch, you know, replicating the poster. And I also have this Marty McFly from Back to the Future Part 2, where he's got the 2015 outfit and the hoverboard. This one actually came with a t-shirt, which I'm obviously not wearing right now. I probably should have been for this video, but yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with two Martys, right? Even though I don't have a Doc Brown pop. What's up with that? Then we've got Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. You know, Christian Bale in pop form was half the reason I wanted this. Also, it was on sale for like $2 for some reason. I like the blood splattering, you know, detail in the packaging. Just makes it really cool. And you probably can't see it too well, but he's got like the plastic raincoat on, which is all transparent stuff. Just a really nice detail. I like it when pops have like just a little extra fun there, and he's got like that little that I'm gonna throw an axe in your head now kind of look to him. So I guess to kind of keep with the horror slasher thing I've got going on right now, this is actually my most recent pickup. It's the Halloween Blacklight Michael Myers. This one is really cool. Just picked this up literally like a day ago. And yeah, I love the Halloween franchise. It's definitely my favorite of the horror franchises. And I've been wanting to get a Michael Myers pop for quite a while now. And I saw this one, like, you know, it's kind of silly looking, you know, with, you know, the orange and yellow mask. But I was like, you know, that actually just makes it more fun. So next up, got Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute from The Office. Like every human being on planet Earth, I love me some of The Office, and these are the only two characters I have. You know, I have no real desire to get the rest of them because, again, I'm not one person that has to like have every character from every series, but you know, I figured could have a little bit of Office representation in my pop collection, so there you go. And then rounding out the Jurassic collection, I've got Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic World Dominion, and yeah, this one's pretty cool. You know, there's nothing really exciting about the pop itself. He just kind of got his hands in his pockets. But you know, I just wanted an Alan Grant pop because he's one of my favorite characters from the series. So yeah, now I just need an Ellie Sattler pop, and I've got the original Trinity, so hopefully we can do something about that someday. Then we've got Josh Baskin from Big, and what I like about this one is that he's on the giant piano from the movie, so just one of those little details that makes owning a pop like this really cool. And speaking of really cool pops, I've got Chris from Get Out. This is one of my earlier Funko Pop purchases, but see, it's got Chris and he's strapped to the chair. He's digging out some of the cotton to put into his ears so he doesn't get, like, hypnotized or whatever. But, yeah, I really love the movie Get Out. I really like the movie Us. I can't wait for Jordan Peele's newest movie, Nope, which comes out, like, in about a week or so. But, yeah, just really cool pop all around. And here's the second Keanu Reeves pop I have. It's Neo from The Matrix. This is from Matrix Resurrections, to be more specific. But yeah, another one of those things. Love The Matrix. I like Keanu in the movie. So when they finally released a new line of Matrix pops, like, oh, definitely gotta get me some Neo because too much Keanu Reeves. There's no such thing. And I do indeed have one more Transformers pop. It is Megatron from the same 80s cartoon line. Then we've got B-Rabbit, Eminem himself from 8 Mile. I really like this pop. It's very simple, but it's Eminem in pop form, which is really cool, and for some reason this one's actually kind of gone up in price somewhat recently. I don't really know why. It's a fairly basic one, but hey, I've got it and I paid normal price for it, so that's always a good thing. And to go along with my 10-inch Godzilla, I've got normal sized Kong with a battle axe. This one's really cool. I think maybe if I can find it, I'll try to get like the 10-inch Kong at some point, so that way they're... That sounded a little wrong the way it came out. And I also got Mecha Godzilla, one of which seems kind of weird they didn't do a 10-inch for Mecha Godzilla, considering, he's... Then we've got Professor Poopy Pants from Captain Underpants as well. This one is significantly easier and cheaper to find. And yeah, these are the only two they made for the DreamWorks movie from 2017. Understandably so, but it would have been cool to have like a George and Harold one as well, but that's whatever. And then rounding out the movies and TV side of things, again, some of these other ones could fit into this category as well, but regardless, I've got Billy Butcher and Homelander from The Boys. Freaking love that show, and these are two of my favorite characters. These two just steal the show every time they're on camera, especially when they're, like, together on camera too. And yeah, I really can't wait to see what they do with season 4 of The Boys, because it's gonna get really, really interesting. So now we get to the superheroes side of my pop collection, which is probably like more than 50% of it, and probably the bulk of the superhero set are my Batman pops, because, huge Batman fan and all. First off, I've got this Suicide Squad Batman. This is the cool, like, Joker-ized version. Wasn't actually in the movie, but it was like this one Hot Toys figure with, like, Joker in a bat suit, and they made a pop out of it, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And then we get into pops from the Batmans. Here's Batman himself, the really cool Hot Topic version, which only has, like, a couple, like, weird, like, scratches and stuff. That's how they made it an exclusive, but yeah, really cool. And of course loved Robert Pattinson as Batman, and I've got even more from that movie. So we've got Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. This was a Target exclusive. Really, really cool. Then we've got Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. Can't wait to see what they do with his HBO Max show, which should be coming out probably next year, if I had to guess. Then we've got Selena Kyle. This is the really cool Chase version without her mask on. And the unfortunate thing is the box on this one was a bit damaged, so I got it for super cheap, which I really didn't get too bummed about, because, you're only ever going to see it from, like, this side anyway, so it's not the end of the world. And then, of course, got the Riddler from the Batman, because you gotta have the Riddler too. I really like the way this one looks. He's got the glasses and the duct tape. But continuing on with the Batman pops, I've got Batman First Appearance from 1939. This is in the really cool black and gold packaging from his 80th anniversary back in 2019. Then we've got Red Sun Batman, the Elseworld story for what if Superman grew up in Russia. And I just really like the look of this one, you know, Soviet Batman as I would call him. Then we've got the metallic Batman Beyond pop. This one you could only get by purchasing the Batman Beyond Blu-ray set, which again, I did do a Blu-ray review of that, so you know, if you want to go find that, be my guest. Then we've got Michael Keaton's Batman. Can't wait to see him come back in the Flash movie, and it sounds like he's gonna be sticking around a while too. And because why not, I've got George Clooney's Batman as well with the anti-freeze suit or whatever it's actually called. Kind of bummed they didn't do like his all blue suit with the you know. They also did Val Kilmer's Batman from Batman Forever. I don't have that one. I don't have Christian Bale, Adam West, or even a Ben Affleck Batman pop, which is kind of weird, so as soon as I can fill those gaps in, my Batman collection will be more or less complete, which would be cool. And finally, I have Batman from Batman Arkham Asylum. I am a huge fan of the Arkham games, and I actually got this one through a Secret Santa, which was super awesome. And this one's the Hot Topic exclusive, so he's got the blue cape and cowl and stuff. It's supposed to be black, which that'd be cool to have too, but regardless, I love the way this one looks. Then I've also got Two-Face from the animated series. This one just came out like a few months ago, and I just really like the way this one looks, all three-dimensional and pop-like and all that. Then we've got Jack Nicholson's Joker. I love the way this one looks. It just looks like a perfect Joker in this form, so really cool. They also did a 10-inch version of this Joker, if I'm not mistaken. Then got Danny DeVito as the Penguin from Batman Returns. Not only is it the Penguin, but it's also tiny Danny DeVito, so that's a double win right there. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze. You know, say what you will about Batman and Robin, you know, the fact that it's terrible in an 80-minute toy commercial. I have a lot of sentimental value towards that movie, so I could never truly dislike it. And then we've got Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, also from Batman Returns. Then we've got Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad. And of course, Peacemaker just got his own HBO Max show, which I really liked. And they actually have a whole other line of pops for that show specifically, so gotta get my hands on an Eagly pop at some point. Then I've got Superman from the Snyder Cut with his black suit and all. Weirdly enough, didn't have a Superman pop for the longest time, so I was like, alright, might as well get the one from the Snyder Cut. And I really still want to get the Darkseid pop where he's sitting on the throne, but I keep not purchasing it. Anywho, then got Wonder Woman with the Golden Eagle armor from Wonder Woman 84. And, you know, the movie's not nearly as good as the first one, and it's honestly been a while since I've actually rewatched the movies, so I'm not really sure I should be giving my actual opinion on it right now, but I mean, this suit looks really cool, so, and I have it in pop form, so that counts for something, I guess. Then got King Shark, also from the Suicide Squad, one of the best characters in the movie, and the eyes are kind of weird on this one, but I guess that's just what happens when you try to put a shark into Funko Pop form, but either way, it's really cool. And then to round out the Suicide Squad pops, I've got Harley Quinn, and this is my third Harley Quinn. I've also got Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey. I basically have this goal where every time Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn's in a movie, I'll get a pop of her. Probably just because, you know, Harley Quinn was my first pop ever, so it just kind of makes sense to kind of add a new one every time she's in a movie. Then I've got Green Arrow from, obviously, Arrow, and some of you probably know by now, but Arrow was definitely my favorite of the CW Arrowverse shows, and this is his cool Season 4 suit, which I really like, so now I have it in pop form. And there's one more Batman I forgot about, but this one's Sylvester from Looney Tunes as Batman. So now we've talked about all my DC pops, so let's pivot over to the Marvel pops. So starting things off, we've got Thanos from the Marvel Studios' first 10 years collection, and I think this one's from Guardians of the Galaxy, when he's, you know, sitting on his hovering throne, talking to Ronan the Accuser and stuff, and yeah, this one's really cool. I've thought about taking this one out of the box, but I don't know. Kind of like it this way. Then I've got a few Spider-Man pops, including the Spider-Man from the 80-year line, and this is of course from his first appearance in the comic books. I really like the way this one looks with the eyes and the web wings and such. But yeah, I don't have a ton of Spider-Man pops, which is kind of odd, but I do have a few, including the 90s animated show Spider-Man. I freaking love the way this one looks. I'm a huge fan of the 90s cartoon period, and yeah, this one took a while to find, but I eventually did, which is cool. And to go along with it, I also have the Hobgoblin, you know, just because it looks cool, and also Mark Hamill voices the Hobgoblin in the show. Then we've got Miles Morales Spider-Man from the Spider-Man Miles Morales game, and there were a bunch of suits from the game that they made into pops, but this is the Bodega Cat suit. You can't really see it in the box, but it's got like the little spider cat in his little backpack there, so that was just really cool, one of my favorite parts of the game. And then rounding out my Spider-Man collection, got J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man No Way Home, and of course this is J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, which made it even cooler. You'd notice with a lot of these pops that if it's a villain I like or a character I like, and it's played by an actor I really like, that definitely makes me want to get it even more, and this is definitely no exception. Now, I don't have a lot of pops from the Disney Plus Marvel shows. I'd like to get a couple of them at some point, but so far the only one I have is US Agent from Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, it's maybe not as intense or suspenseful as it could be, but I still just love getting to see Sam Wilson become Captain America, and also I'm really intrigued to see where this character goes in the future. Probably a Thunderbolts movie. Then got the man himself, Stan Lee, with this really cool, I believe it's called patina, the material it's made out of. I really like the way this one is designed. It's, you know, made like a statue, so it's kind of a nice way to honor the man that, you know, created so many amazing and iconic Marvel characters and has inspired so many people over the last 80 plus years. So, you know, it's just... It feels right to have this in my collection. Then I've got Deadpool and his, you know, sexy pose and all that. You know, had to have a Deadpool pop in here somewhere. I hope eventually they'll do like some Ryan Reynolds movie Deadpool pops, because that'd be really cool. Then got some pops from the Black Widow movie, including Black Widow herself with the white suit. Then got Taskmaster and Red Guardian, played by David Harbour. It was kind of funny about getting these three pops because, you know, of course, movie was meant to come out in 2020, you know, May 2020, then of course got delayed, but then all the merch and stuff came out, so pretty quickly all that stuff went on sale, so I got all three of these for a really good price. Then this one's super cool. It's Captain America from Endgame. He's got the shield and Mjolnir, some cool lightning effects. This is one of those where it's like there's a bunch of like Chris Evans Captain America pops, but this one just got a little more oomph to it because of all of that. I really want to get the Iron Man one from Endgame, you know, where he's got the gauntlet about to snap his fingers and stuff, because I don't have an Iron Man pop and I feel like I should. This is probably one of my favorite Marvel pops I have. It's Daredevil from the Netflix show, and funny enough with this one's going up in price quite a bit, at least compared to when I bought it. You know, I got it like in late 2019 for like $9, and now I think it's going for way more than that, so just kind of interesting how all that works. Then I've got two different Doctor Strange pops. I got this one from Spider-Man No Way Home, where he's, you know, got the shovel and his, you know, winter attire because, you know, somebody forgot to close a portal in the sanctum, so it all snowed in and stuff. And this one just kind of fun and different, so like, you know, why not? And then I've got the metallic Doctor Strange from Multiverse of Madness, which is the 1000th pop. I still don't know if it's Marvel's 1000th pop or the 1000th Funko Pop period. Either way, super cool. And this pop was actually the centerpiece to my Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness merch hunting video. That was a lot of M's. Last but certainly not least, with the superhero pops, this is probably my most sought after Funko Pop ever, and I finally got it a couple months back, and that is Darkwing Duck. I love Darkwing Duck. I remember watching it on TV, you know, through reruns as a kid, renting the DVDs from my local library, so it's always got a good, you know, bit of sentimental value to me. So I was like, oh, they made a pop? That's super cool. But it's been a pain in the ass to find because, you know, I want to find it in person. I know where all the cool stores are. It's just hitting them back and forth for a couple of years, and I finally found one for a decent price, and bada bing bada boom, it's finally mine. Well, we are down to the final 3 pops, and truth be told, one of these I completely forgot to put in one of the other categories, and the other 2 are just, they're kind of hard to categorize. So the one I forgot about was my Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story 4. This one's the Amazon exclusive, where he's got his jetpack out. Just really cool. Don't have any of the pops from Lightyear yet. I'm not in any real rush to get most of those, but I would like to get the Zurg one eventually. Then as far as one that's kind of hard to categorize, I've got Mr. Potato Head. Not like from Toy Story Mr. Potato Head or anything, but, you know, just really, really cool. And yeah, I just like the way this one looks. You know, it's very different because it's, you know, a potato with eyes and stuff. And last but not least, if you saw my most recent haul video, which is my June 2022 video, I showed this one off, and that is my custom, the Brockopp side Funko Pop, which I made when I went to Funko Hollywood. That was really cool. You know, the store itself was really cool. You know, just like a giant store with massive Funko Pops and running water and just these really cool, you know, little exhibits based on like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, horror, everything your little heart could desire. And of course, I think probably the big selling point of Funko Hollywood is the way you can get in line, use a kiosk, and make your own, which I really like the way this turned out. You know, I've got a TV remote in my hand here because they didn't have machetes as an option. The only thing that's kind of weird about this is the fact they didn't have any, like, dark brown hair when I went. I guess sometimes they just run out of different, like, colors or pieces and stuff. So I don't know, some people have suggested I dye my hair to match this one, but that's a little extreme. I don't think I could pull this color off in real life. So if you want to see some videos where I go hunting down some pops as well as some other movie merch, I got a playlist for that right over here. Or if you want to see what YouTube recommends you watch me next, you can check out that video right down there. And of course, subscribe if you live talking by movies, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.